Our world is pretty strange and weird when you really look at it. While most ancient ruins come with a story or two, some structures feel like they were dropped here from another reality. They are too advanced, too precise, and way too out of place for the era they supposedly came from. So join us for today's video as we count down the 15 most mysterious structures on Earth that no one can explain. And trust us, once you see these, you'll wonder just how humans made them. Let's kick off this list with number 15, the Hypogeum, Malta. In the town of Paola on the island of Malta lies one of the most mysterious underground structures in the world. Known as the Al-Saflieni Hypogeum, it dates back over 5,000 years, placing it around 3,300 BCE. This subterranean complex, carved entirely from limestone using primitive tools, spans 3 levels and reaches depths of over 10 meters. The architecture is unexpectedly refined, featuring corbelled ceilings, precisely shaped chambers, and passageways aligned to celestial patterns. One of the most notable spaces is the Oracle Room, where sound resonates in unusual ways. Low-frequency tones made inside this chamber can travel clearly throughout the complex, suggesting an intentional design for ritual use. Despite the limited technology available, builders achieved remarkable stability and acoustic accuracy. No written records remain to explain how or why it was constructed, but the precision suggests an understanding of geometry and sound far ahead of its time. From above, the Hypogeum is completely invisible, buried beneath a modern neighborhood, hiding an entire prehistoric world beneath everyday streets. Number 14. Nan Madol, Micronesia. Most ancient cities are built on land, but Nan Madol doesn't follow the rules. It sits in the ocean, spread across dozens of tiny man-made islets near the island of Pohnpei in Micronesia. From above, it looks like a grid of stone platforms and canals carved right into the sea. The scale is massive, about 200 acres, and the structures are made from giant basalt columns, some weighing up to 50 tons. No metal tools, no Volvo trucks, and no one really knows how any of it was done. Between 1200 and 1500 CE, it served as the ceremonial and political center for the Sodlur dynasty. But why here, and how did they even move those stones? That's still up in the air. Some believe it was abandoned due to environmental shifts or lack of fresh water, while others think the city simply became impossible to maintain. Today, researchers use satellite scans and underwater mapping to study it, but the deeper they dig, the stranger it gets. Number 13. Teotihuacan, Mexico. Teotihuacan rises from the Mexican highlands as a sprawling, silent blueprint of an ancient world. At its peak around 450 CE, it was one of the largest cities on Earth, housing over 100,000 people. But its origin, well, it's unclear. Its builders are unknown. The name Teotihuacan, meaning the place where gods were born, came centuries later from the Aztecs, who revered it as a sacred site. Its layout is exact, aligned not to true north, but offset by 15.5 degrees, possibly to mirror celestial bodies or ritual calendars. The Avenue of the Dead forms the backbone, flanked by enormous pyramids dedicated to the sun, the moon, and Quetzalcoatl. The Pyramid of the Sun alone was built from over 3 million tons of stone. Strangely, the city shows no images of rulers or kings, just deities, geometric murals, and symbolism still debated today. From above, its geometric precision is unmistakable. Satellite imaging captures the scale, shadows, and alignment, reminders of a civilization that mapped the heavens into stone. Number 12. Great Zimbabwe Ruins. Great Zimbabwe stretches across the southeastern hills like the last whisper of an empire that left no written record. Built between the 11th and 15th centuries, it was once the capital of a thriving African kingdom. Its dry stone architecture, made from granite blocks laid without mortar, includes curved walls, towers, and terraces that seem to grow out of the landscape itself. The largest structure, the Great Enclosure, features a conical tower with no internal chambers, its purpose is still unknown. For years, colonial scholars denied its African origin, attributing the craftsmanship to outsiders. That theory has long been debunked. The builders were local, skilled, and organized, though their exact identity is still debated. The reasons for the city's decline remain unclear. Climate change, political shifts, or a breakdown in trade have all been suggested. From above, the stone outlines cut through the vegetation in precise arcs and spirals. Satellite tools now reveal surrounding settlements and agricultural terraces, painting a picture of a sophisticated society rooted in its land. What do you think about it? Well, let us know. Number 11. Kaimanawa Wall, New Zealand. In New Zealand's central plateau, close to the Kaimanawa Forest, stands a rock formation that seems almost too perfect to be natural. Large stone blocks sit stacked together with clean faces and straight joints, creating what looks like the remains of an ancient wall. The debate has been fierce. Mainstream geologists argue the structure is natural, a formation shaped by jointing fractures in ignimbrite rock from volcanic flows. But the precision, the angles, the alignment, and what appear to be chisel marks have led others to believe this may be evidence of a lost pre-Polynesian civilization. The Maori have oral traditions of earlier inhabitants, though no direct connection has ever been made. There's been no full excavation. The site remains closed off, with limited access and limited research. From the sky, it blends into the landscape, hidden under dense bushes. Satellite imagery has offered little clarity, though elevation mapping has revealed unusual symmetry in the area. Whether natural or ancient, the Kaimanawa Wall refuses to settle quietly into one category. Number 10. Derin Kuyu Underground City, Turkey. Deep beneath the plains of Cappadocia, a vast subterranean city lies hidden, carved directly into the region's soft volcanic rock. Derinkuyu isn't just a shelter, it's a multi-level underground metropolis descending over 60 meters below the surface. With the capacity to house up to 20,000 people, it includes residences, food storage rooms, stables, wells, schools, and even religious sanctuaries. Narrow corridors connect the layers, many of which could be sealed with massive stone doors rolled from inside to block invaders. While scholars estimate that the Phrygians began construction around the 8th century BCE, much of its history remains unrecorded. Later, early Christians expanded the network while fleeing Roman persecution. What stands out is not just the scale but the planning, ventilation shafts, water systems, and defense mechanisms that imply deep architectural knowledge. From above, there's nothing visible. The entrance is hidden beneath everyday homes. Satellite tools help monitor soil shifts and erosion, but this city beneath the earth remains mostly intact, completely invisible to the modern world above. Number 9. Liechtenstein Cave, Germany. Near the village of Osterode, a cave sealed for over 3,000 years was accidentally exposed during quarry work. Inside, archaeologists found something they'd never seen before: over 40 well-preserved Bronze Age skeletons, along with jewelry, tools, and ceremonial objects. What makes this cave rare isn't just the volume of remains, but the DNA. Analysis revealed that most individuals were part of the same extended family, spanning multiple generations. Some were related by blood, others through marriage or adoption, showing a complex web of social connection. There's no obvious cause of death, but signs of disease, injury, and malnutrition suggest hardship. The cave wasn't decorative, but it was deliberate, sealed with rubble and never revisited. Some think it was a sacred burial site, others believe it was used during a time of crisis. The forest above hides everything. Only with advanced scanning can researchers map its underground layout and look for nearby burial zones. The silence it holds is ancient and very real. Number 8. Kailasa Temple, India. At the Ellora Caves in Maharashtra, India, there's a monolithic structure that still stuns engineers, historians, and archaeologists alike. The Kailasa Temple, also known as Cave 16, wasn't assembled, it was excavated from a single solid rock face. Carved entirely from the top down, The temple required the removal of over 400,000 tons of basalt. There was no room for error. One miscalculation could have ruined the entire complex, but the result is a perfectly proportioned temple complete with courtyards, halls, shrines, staircases, intricate carvings, and towering columns. Estimates based on stylistic features and inscriptions suggest it may have been completed in less than 20 years, a timeline that seems nearly impossible without modern machinery. The level of precision across every surface, from the smallest sculpture to the structural supports, continues to defy logical explanation. While traditional archaeology credits the Rashtrakuta dynasty, others believe there are still unanswered questions buried beneath the surface. Even satellite imaging reveals details in the topography that suggest more may remain hidden. Number 80. Mount Yamantau, Russia. Mount Yamantau doesn't stand out at first glance. It's just another peak in Russia's Ural Mountains, quiet, forested, and distant. But beneath the surface lies one of the Cold War's deepest secrets. Satellite images since the 1990s have revealed large-scale tunneling, buried structures, and extensive infrastructure. Official Russian statements have ranged from food storage to mining operations to national treasure reserves, but none line up with the visible scale. Analysts suspect a doomsday bunker, capable of housing military leadership during nuclear war. Others believe it's a command center built to withstand long-term siege or catastrophe. The site remains heavily restricted, and independent verification has never been granted. From space, you see faint patterns, roads that lead to nowhere, excavation marks on forested slopes, and unnatural alignments hidden by thick tree cover. While official explanations remain vague, the signs of major construction continue to surface. Whatever Yamantau truly is, it's not forgotten. It's watched, studied, and still very much sealed to the outside world. Number 6. Baalbek, Lebanon. In the Bekaa Valley of Lebanon, Baalbek holds some of the most puzzling stonework in the ancient world. The Roman ruins are super impressive, especially the Temple of Jupiter with its towering columns. But the real mystery lies beneath the foundation. 3 enormous blocks known as the Trilithon each weigh around 800 tons. One nearby stone, still in the quarry, is estimated at over 1,200 tons. No one knows how they were moved or positioned. The Roman Empire is credited with the visible structures, but many scholars believe these massive base stones predate Rome entirely. The scale and alignment suggest knowledge of engineering that doesn't match any known technology of the time. Some link the site to earlier civilizations like the Phoenicians, others to lost cultures never recorded. Despite political tensions in the region, Baalbek remains a destination for researchers and tourists alike. High-resolution satellite scans have even identified possible roads or structures beneath the modern landscape. Whatever Baalbek was originally meant to be, its construction still has no clear answer. Now, let's move to Number 5. Coral Castle, Florida. In Homestead, Florida, a limestone structure stands quietly between neighborhoods and roads, yet nothing about it is ordinary. Built over nearly 3 decades by Edward Ledeskalnin, an immigrant from Latvia, the Coral Castle consists of more than 1,000 tons of intricately carved stone, shaped, lifted, and set entirely by one man. Some blocks weigh over 30 tons. There are no signs of machinery, no documented assistance, and no clear explanation of how he managed the feat. Ledeskalnin worked mostly at night and never allowed anyone to watch him. The site includes a perfectly balanced stone gate, massive monolithic chairs, tables, and celestial markers, all made with a precision that baffles engineers to this day. Ledeskalnin hinted at secret knowledge of magnetism and leverage, but no one ever confirmed it. Even after decades of analysis, experts still don't understand how he created something so complex with such limited tools. The Coral Castle isn't just an architectural anomaly, it's a standing challenge to everything we assume about physics, labor, and logic. And sadly, this thing is fading away. Number 4. Yonaguni Monument, Japan. Off the coast of Yonaguni Island, Japan's westernmost inhabited territory, divers in the 1980s stumbled across something strange. Beneath the water, carved into the seabed, is a massive stepped formation that looks almost architectural. Some sections appear like terraces or stairways. Flat surfaces run along clean angles. Large stone features resemble platforms, columns, and what could be roads. The structure stretches around 150 meters long and rises nearly 27 meters from the sea floor. Supporters of the man-made theory argue that its precise geometry and possible symbolic layout suggest human design, potentially dating back to an unknown prehistoric civilization. Critics argue it's a natural sandstone formation shaped by tectonic activity, erosion, and fracture patterns. There are no inscriptions or artifacts found nearby, which leaves the debate wide open. Underwater 3D scans and satellite bathymetry have helped map the site, but nothing conclusive has surfaced. The monument remains submerged beneath shallow waters, visually hidden from the sky, yet impossible to ignore once seen. Number 3. Long U Caves, China. Discovered in 1992 by villagers draining ponds near Xianbaikun in Zhejiang province, the Long U Caves revealed something entirely unexpected. Beneath the ground lay a sprawling network of hand-carved chambers, 24 massive caves cut directly into the sandstone bedrock. Their combined area spans over 30,000 square meters, with ceilings up to 30 feet high. Every surface inside is smooth, with uniform chisel marks running in parallel patterns across walls and ceilings. The precision is baffling. Archaeologists believe they were carved at least 2,000 years ago, possibly during the Qin or Han dynasties, but not a single historical document mentions their existence. There's also no sign of debris from excavation, no rubble, no tools, no records. Theories about their function range from underground storage to royal palaces or spiritual sites. Yet the silence of history only adds to their mystery. From above, the caves are practically invisible, located beneath farmland and village homes. Without satellite mapping and 3D scans, the scale and symmetry of what lies below would remain completely hidden. Number 2. Göbekli Tepe, Turkey. Long before cities, before agriculture, and even before writing, something monumental was already taking shape in southeastern Turkey. Göbekli Tepe dates back to around 9,600 BCE, over 11,000 years ago, and is considered the world's oldest known temple complex. Built by hunter-gatherers, it upended the timeline of civilization. The site consists of massive circular enclosures formed by T-shaped limestone pillars, some weighing more than 20 tons. These stones are intricately carved with animals and symbols, suggesting deep symbolic meaning. There's no evidence of domestic life, no homes, no tools for farming, only ceremonial architecture. That means religion or ritual came before settlement. That idea alone reshapes human history. What's more, the site was deliberately buried thousands of years later for reasons unknown. Only a small portion has been excavated, while radar scans reveal dozens more enclosures still underground. From above, the rolling hills hide the complex beneath the surface, but time-lapse satellite mapping is now helping researchers track erosion and climate effects. Still, questions outweigh answers and likely always will. What do you say about it? Number 1. Sacsayhuaman, Peru. Above the city of Cusco, Sacsayhuaman stretches across the hills like a silent monument to a forgotten method of construction. Built with enormous stone blocks, some weighing over 100 tons, the fortress was constructed with no mortar. The stones fit so perfectly that not even a blade of grass can slip between them. Each block was shaped to fit the next with exact angles, some featuring more than a dozen edges. No two are alike, and the placement appears intentional, designed to absorb seismic shock in a region prone to earthquakes. Despite centuries of natural disasters, the walls remain intact. The Incas are credited with its construction, but theories persist that the site could be older and modified by earlier cultures. No written records explain how the stones were cut, transported, or raised. Every attempt to replicate the technique with modern equipment has failed to match the same precision. Sacsayhuaman isn't just a fortress. It's an unsolved engineering puzzle resting on sacred ground. If you've enjoyed watching this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more awesome content like this. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon in the next one.